I help frustrated job seekers successfully navigate the job search and interview process. In my previous video, we talked about how to research the position. Now let's talk about how to research the company like a serious candidate. Let me ask you something I ask every frustrated job seeker who reaches out to me. When you walked into that interview, did you know more about the company than the person interviewing you? If the answer is no, that's a problem. Because in every interview, there's a silent competition going on. And the people who get the offer aren't just answering questions, they're speaking to the business like they already belong there. If you're not researching the company the right way, you're not just unprepared, you're leaving opportunities and job offers on the table. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to research any company fast, efficiently, and with the kind of precision that makes hiring managers sit up and say, now this person gets it. Why company research matters more than ever. I've sat in countless interview debriefs where someone on the panel says, smart person, but I'm not sure they really understand what we do. Translation, that candidate is out. Because here's the truth. When you understand the company, its mission, its pain points, its priorities, you show up with context. And that context allows you to give answers that are strategic, not generic. You're not just talking about your past, you're talking about how your experience fits their future. When researching a company, start with the company website, but go deeper than most do. I'm going to be blunt. If all you do is skim the homepage and memorize the CEO's name, you're not doing research. You're skimming for trivia. Start here instead. First up is the About Us page. Learn their origin story, the mission, and any recent transitions the company's gone through. Next, go to the products/services pages. Understand what they actually sell and who their customers are. Then go to the core values section of the website. These aren't just fluff. They often show up in interviews, performance reviews, and the company culture. Next, go to the careers or culture page. See how they talk about themselves to candidates. It's a great window into their priorities and how they want to be seen. If the company is still small, this might be your only source of information. But if they're larger or publicly traded, it's just the beginning. Now, I know everybody's got their research sources that they like to use, but my advice is to go to Yahoo Finance next. Yes, really, Yahoo Finance. Most job seekers never think to do this, but as someone who's hired hundreds of people across departments, I can tell you this is where the smart candidates separate themselves. Go to Yahoo Finance and type in the company's name. You'll get access to financials, which will show you revenue trends, growth, debt, and performance signals. Even if you're not in finance, this gives you insight into the company's stability. Next, go to the leadership section. Who's steering the ship? Learn the names of the CEO, president, and key executives. Read their bios. It'll even tell you how much money they made the previous year. Next, go to the competition section. See which companies are listed as competitors. This gives you context for how the company fits into its market. And finally, go to the news and press releases section. Recent acquisitions, layoffs, expansions, a product launch. These details help you tailor your answers and show you've done your homework. Spend 20 minutes on Yahoo Finance and you'll know more than 90% of the candidates they're interviewing. But we're not done yet. Let's go deeper. Next, you're going to check Glassdoor and firsthand.co, formerly vault.com. Want the inside scoop? Glassdoor is a gold mine. Read employee reviews to get a sense of culture, leadership, and morale. Review salary ranges to understand where you fit. Pay attention to recurring themes, especially about management, growth, or challenges. Then go to firsthand.co. It offers in-depth employer profiles, employee testimonials, and industry-specific insights. It's especially powerful if you're applying to a competitive industry where insider knowledge goes a long way. Industries like investment banking, management consulting, brand management, etc. This is where you learn how to speak their language. Now that you've done the research, it's time to turn this information into strategy. So you've gathered a ton of information. Now what? Now you filter it for relevance. What are their biggest challenges right now? What opportunities are they chasing? How does the role you're applying to contribute to solving those challenges or capitalizing on those opportunities? When you speak to these things in the interview, It no longer feels like a Q&A session. It feels like a business conversation between peers. That's how you stand out. That's how you get hired. You don't get points in an interview for just being likable or having a good resume. You earn points when it's clear that you understand the company, their goals, their pain, and how you fit into their strategy. In the next video, I'll break down how to anticipate and answer the most common interview questions with stories that resonate. But if you'd like to skip the line and fast forward to interview success, I've included the link to my full interview training course in the video description. I help frustrated job seekers successfully navigate the job search and interview process.